What is this? Season 2, 2.4? Is this the 2.4 patch? The release of BROLY. The release of BROLY. The release of BROLY. The last character for season 2. We've already done one when Ultimate Gohan released, and we've done one when Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was released. So there has been an update since the last tier list, right? Since then, Gohan got nerfed. Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta got nerfed. Krillin got buffed. I think Gotenks already received his nerf. What was it? Add like an extra cooldown to one of his moves, whatever. Tier list season 2.4, whatever you want to call it. I just still call it season 2, but with just BROLY on the screen. BROLY on the screen, BROLY on the screen. Obviously, since we're doing DPS last, well, we're doing DPS last because BROLY is the most recent character. We're gonna do that one last. So we're gonna obviously start off with tag. Tag. I will say this right now. I don't know why. So Hit received the nerf for this tier list, right? He received the nerf upon the release of BROLY, but he also got buffed. I believe his skill 1 got buffed, right? But if I'm being completely honest, I'm genuinely surprised how he got buffed in the first place. He should have just got straight nerf without any sort of enhancement to any skill. Like, they should just not have buffed anything of skill 1 or anything of this character at all. He's annoying. He's very, very strong, and I hate him, and he's one of my least favorite characters in the game. I wish he never existed, but you know, here we are. It is the thing. Hit is definitely one of the best technical characters in the game. Like, that will not change probably for a while. Not changing for a while. I'm keeping him at the top of S because that's where he deserves to be. Only reason I don't have him in Z is because of a certain reason. But I'll keep Hit right there in S. Now, with Frieza, I don't think anything has changed with Frieza at all. I don't remember why I placed him. I might have put him back in A, like at the top of A last time. Because Frieza's always going to be one of the best secures in the game. I mean, he does good damage if you know how to set up his turrets correctly. But he's also not the easiest to use. I mean, neither is Hit. But I don't know if I should put him in the same tier as Hit. Because, like I said, Frieza's a good character. He's just hard to use. He's hard to use well. If I'm being honest, I want to keep, if I put him in S, he's going to be at the bottom. If I put him in A, he's going to be at the top of A, right? That's what I think, truly. So I will keep him there. For now. I may switch him throughout this entire video that I'm doing, right? I may just keep him there. Who knows? For now, he's going to stay there. More or less the same place he was last time. Boo, he's not going past A. Boo is good. My favorite skill of him, obviously, is his skill 1. The bungee gun, the boo gum, boo something. His skill 2, whatever. This is the season with the skill damage boost 2. Not really. It doesn't really affect him much at all because that's his healing beam. Like, who cares? Boo's good. Machin Buu is good. Machin Buu is good. I like him a lot. I don't really pick him into a lot of comps because I don't want to pick him. But no, he's fun. I like him. He's good. 17, I don't know where I placed him last time. Since then, he has received another buff, by the way, to his... What was the buff towards? Because he already got his shield. I believe it's skill 3 and his ult. The shield for his ult buffed. I think it lasts like 1 second duration. But then he received another buff. What the hell was that buff? I'm going to put him in S. Simply that. Was it his skill 1 that received the buff? His shields last longer. Oh, wait. I think the cooldown to his skill 3, which is a shield. Oh, dear God. No, yeah, I'm keeping him in S right now. Ever since him getting buffed made him usable again, and getting buffed again just made him insane. Like, whenever I see a freaking 17 or 18 in the lane or 17 in any melee DPS, it's like, that's going to be quite a hard lane. Especially coming from a Kale main, by the way, because I used to be a Kale one trick, and it's not fun running Kale into a 17, especially if they know what they're doing. So you're staying in S. Overall, his survivability is insane. And he can be utilized in taking objectives too. Just, hey man, stand right in the middle and just ult. Like, I really do like his kit overall. I like his kit overall. Oh yeah, he's actually very, very strong technical character. Gotenks is a confusing one. Gotenks is a confusing one because as easy to use him either. He's strong. His ult is really strong with the freaking applying no attacks, no skills. I like to call it silence, but it's still BS that you can't auto attack when you get hit by his ult at the end of his ult. Anyways, Gotenks is annoying, but I like Gotenks. His CC is kind of crazy, a little more predictable CC wise, but like because he only gets a stun off on a third hit, which you can just flash out of. I would put Gotenks probably at the bottom of S. He can be a menace on objective as well, because if he just goes there and straight up ult, that can be a little annoying depending on if you can burst it down fast enough to even have that affect you, because yeah, you're gonna get silenced if you don't burst it down fast enough. You won't be able to use any skills, man. I've been in those situations and boy does it suck. Yeah, Gotenks, I'm putting him at the bottom of S as well. I will put 17 above him. I will put 17 above him for sure. But I'm like I said, I wouldn't be mad at putting Gotenks at the top of A, but I'm putting him above Frieza, put him behind 17. It's just, I mean, yeah, I could keep him there. Like A, I don't mind A. I don't mind like this spot right there at all, because A is obviously still good, but that means I'll put Boo like way back there and whatnot. So for now, I'll keep him at like the top of A. Krillin received a buff, right? He received the buff. In the hands of the right person, he can be very annoying to deal with, as in like you're not gonna see half the damn match. However, I mean, he's always had damage. He's really good at clearing waves, farming. He's actually really good at doing that actually. But I wouldn't see myself picking Krillin over anyone above him, to be honest. Like, he's not hard to use, but I feel like you probably get more value out of everyone else than you do if you were to use him. Like, I wouldn't mind putting him at the bottom of A or top of B, but I guess I'll just put him at the bottom of A. I think Tech right now is in a really good spot with how good the characters are overall within the category. Like, I think technicals, I wouldn't say balance. That's pushing it too far. Not when somebody like hitting a certain someone. But right now, I will put Krillin in A. I'm not going to put him in B. I think Krillin is good. After the buff especially made him more usable. Him and probably Majin Buu have him interchangeable maybe, right? Like with Majin Buu, I feel like you can play aggressive a lot, even when Zeno's in your tower, because you don't have to worry about getting healed. You have that factor with Buu. And even then, like his struggle gum, his struggle Buu, his struggle gum, struggle whatever is really nice CC. Plus his ult is really good as well. Mid game, late game, early game is just a little rough because of the radius, but I'll put Krillin like in A. I'll put him in A. I think last time I put him in B, but that was also before he got buffed again, I think. I'm pretty sure he got buffed on the release of BROLY. He might have. I think he did. Gohan. Even after the nerf, they somehow still buffed the second part of his skill 1, I think. But even then, he got nerfed. It don't seem like it. It really don't seem like he got nerfed. You want to know why? Because his abilities in general are just broken from, in my perspective, for MOBAs. Still being able to reposition like that is often being able to reset that skill to reposition again. Like, it's so, those type of skills are just broken in general. Imagine somebody in League of Legends can just reposition you like that all the time whenever they feel like it, bro. And to be able to reset that, to do the same damn thing and enable it again. If I'm being honest, bro, nerf this man HP even more. Nerf his damage overall. Like, you don't even need Gohan for damage, bro. You just need him to CC, and that's really all. That's the value you get from him. He's just mad annoying to deal with. He's the prime example why I've not grinded that much early or even midway through this season. Like, I'm grinding now, but it's towards the end of the season. It's like 8 days left. He's not moving out of Z. Even after the nerf, it didn't do anything. Like I said, man, give him even lower HP, lower his damage, and that'll make him a little more fair, because the whole point of this Gohan is really, like I said, just the CC. You don't really need him for damage. I know they nerfed his damage on his ult early on upon the release, and they nerfed him again after that, but like, bro, like him doing damage was never the issue. Never my issue with him, right? Gohan, you're staying up there. Kid Gohan is possibly the easiest character to use in the game, and he gives you so much value from every single one of his skills. The only downside to him is literally his Masako. That skill sucks. Regardless, skill 3, really good. All the blast defense up, energy defense up, strike defense up, all that good stuff. And his buff that he gives you on the startup of his ult, and being able to double CC, like just freaking skill 2 into ult. You get so much value out of this Gohan with how easy he is to use. So obviously those are the only 2 technical characters I would put in Z. Like I said, I was still like Gohan a little more situational, right? You would need like a team that has some type of coordination. If you're going in solo queue, you probably get more value from Hit than you do from Gohan, because they may not utilize off of like Gohan CC, whatever the case may be. Randos are interesting, all right? Regardless, I think Tech is very strong overall, bro. Just in a very good spot, because everybody is actually usable. Actually, everyone can be used in some sort of way. It's just some are a lot more annoying than others, and that's why I hate this man with a passion. Tanks. One tank I have been seeing nothing of for some reason. This bomb. I hate everything about this character. Take him out the game with Hit. I don't like him on my team. I don't like going against him. I don't like Baby at all. He's annoying when trying to attack for tower. He's annoying when just trying to get any sort of farm objective. He's annoying in general. I don't like him at all, one bit. But I will say, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I do think he's good. I don't think he is as bad as I initially thought he was, because I've seen more of Baby than any other tank in the game. Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, ironically, I have. Even some Zamasu. Barely any sales, not that much Caulifla. When I do see her, I'm scared, and barely any Vegetas. I don't want to see Cooler anymore. But yeah, he's annoying. I'll put him in A. I'm not going any higher, no lower than that, all right? Zamasu. A very good Zamasu player, as with any other character on this list being a very good one trick. That's always gonna be an issue. However, when I'm playing tank, I don't have any issue with Zamasu personally, but it also depends on who I'm going against and who I'm using. Zamasu's mad annoying, right? The guy never dies, for one. And 2, I don't know. I don't have that much issue with Zamasu personally. He's just really good at being annoying. I know he's really good early game. Late game, probably not as well compared to some other tanks, but early game he for sure is really good. That's a damn sure. But I still want to put him in B, because it's like, when I look at the other tanks, it's like, I have more trouble with some other ones more than now. I'm keeping Zamasu at B. My placement didn't move for him at all. The buff at least made him usable, which is good. Made him really, really usable, really good, I guess, in that regard, right? From not being used at all to actually seeing a decent amount of Zamasu's online. I'm keeping Zamasu there. I'm keeping him there, to be honest. Cell. I don't know, man. Cell, it just gets weirder and weirder, because his early game has always been bad. That is like the biggest hinder, man. Because late game Cell is fine, fantastic. Superstar fail, okay. I mean, even Superstar, it does, like I said, it does help him out a little more. Superstar does help out more with like Cell, Zamasu, maybe Baby. I don't know how early game Baby is. I mean, it can still be annoying, to be honest, but I don't know. If they buff his early game, he would easily be like S tier, easy. But the thing is, either buff his early game, as in give him more, but if you give him too much HP, he's just gonna abuse the generation then. Early game is rough. Obviously, you have to rush perfection with them, which you kind of have to get over aggressive with them. Superstar helps him out a little bit, not with the getting perfection, but it just helps him out not being so weak early game. But it's not obviously all of just one factor, right? Mid, late game, he's actually strong. Late game, he's ridiculous. Mid game, he's actually really good. It's just really his early game is the only downside. Like, you're gonna need a reliable DPS to kind of carry somewhat shape or form. I don't know. Like, I still haven't exactly figured out how to use Cell. And it's always like the hardest placement for me. I don't know, actually. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I think they're both interchangeable, if I'm being completely honest. Because I would rather, yeah, it's like very good early game, very bad early game, but I think he performs a lot better than Zamasu late game, maybe? I think so, yeah. I do think so, because that regen is ridiculous. Zamasu does fine late game, but kind of have to jump him. I mean, a lot of these people you have to like jump. I don't know. I'll keep Cell right there. That is the lowest placement. Even last tier list I made, I think I put him in A, at the bottom of A. But Cell I keep right there. Cooler. I'm gonna put Cooler probably at the bottom of A. I'll put him ironically behind Baby. I don't find any issue with Cooler. He's still good. Like I've always said, obviously A rank is like the baseline of good characters because they are good. Like, I don't know where I will place him here in A, to be honest. But for sure, I will have him in A rank and not an S. I think the last list I made, he was also an A. Like, it's really good. It's just better tanks. It's just better tanks. He has good CC. He can still be decent for objective as well. He can still be really good for that, rather, not decent. I mean, I feel like it's just an overall solid tank. Hell, I even may give him a try. Probably not. I have my tank for the season. I'm going to keep him. Regardless, I think I don't have much to say about Cooler, right? Like, we all know his abilities. He's really good. He's good. He can be used. Nice baseline, I guess, right? Khalifa. I'll put her at the bottom of S. I have more of an issue with Khalifa when I'm running a melee DPS, a melee damage character. Outside of that, she is still very annoying, right? With being as aggressive as she is. She's still a really good tank. I'm not even sure anymore, bro. Like, I think tanks right now are kind of in the mud with variety because how to, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Maybe? I can't really say that. It's just one that stands out all of, like above the rest, literally. Khalifa, obviously her taunt will always be annoying. The main reason why I don't use Gammas much this season at all, like literally, I don't use Gammas because of her. Because if I run into her with Gammas, I'm switching lanes. It's so annoying. She's good. She's always gonna be good. And I'm gonna keep her. I don't know, man. Maybe top of A, bottom of S. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. It seems like I'm being stingy with the, I don't know, tanks is weird. Tanks are weird. And for now, I'll keep her at the bottom of S. Obviously, with Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta's not moving. He also received a nerf for this patch. Was it 2.4? Regardless, it didn't really affect him much. I think the nerfs may have affected him more than Gohan, but it's still not really that noticeable. It's really not. Like, yeah, you get less of a stun, I think, from his skill too, but even then, like, he is still, his overall kit is just really good. And to pretty much every single situation, protecting an objective, protecting a point, attacking a point, protecting farm, like, he's just really good overall because his entire kit is just fire. He is easily the best tank in the game. I'm pretty sure there's no argument there. So I don't have much to say about that godforsaken Saiyan that cheated to get the Super Saiyan 4. But you know what? That's just me. Anywho, okay. Vegeta. I will put Vegeta above Cooler. I don't think Vegeta has any issue against Cooler. Cooler does have a lot of CC and stuff, which I don't think is a problem for Vegeta since the man doesn't have any dashes, no escape anyway to begin with. Really just spam all his armor moves and whatnot and just never die. Like, that's the best way to play Vegeta. Just like, I recently switched over to a defensive build for Vegeta, and my God, I do not be dying unless I try to die with that character, man. Like, he's actually so fun to use. Considering last season, I used nothing but Caulifla to get me to S rank. I'm using Vegeta this season to get me to S rank. And like I said, I've always wanted to use him, be a better Vegeta player. I just didn't know where to start with him. So I enjoy him a lot. I don't care for the role in general as far as tank, but I like using him. Like, obviously, skill 2 is the only skill that doesn't give him armor. Skill 1, skill 3, and his ult does. And transformation gives him armor, HP. I don't think it gives attack. Oh, it might. I don't know. I don't remember. Overall, I like Vegeta. I feel comfortable using him against Super Saiyan 4 at least, and against Caulifla, against pretty much every other tank in the game. Ironically, yeah, I do. Ironically, I do. I'll keep him at the bottom of S with Caulifla right now, because I feel like he's just clear difference. Clear difference. So we're not going to prolong this. Like I said, some of the characters are not going to move, with the exception of maybe Zamasu and Krillin and Cell. They pretty much all like kind of swap lanes, which is funny. Gammas. I had y'all here. Last tier list. Because ever since the buff, they are damn near immortal. Literally. The Gammas are very, very strong. Not as easy to use either, because you can hella F up their skill 1. Trust me, I do it all the time. The Gammas are just so strong, dude. Only downside, probably like, their skill 3 early game is whack until you max it out. That's why you should probably max that out second. Sorry, after ult. You max that out after your ult. So max it out before skill 1. Because skill 1 can still be used and utilized and pretty damn good at level 1. His skill 3 cannot. His skill 3 is booty butt cheeks. Unless it is maxed out. Because that range, it makes a big difference for a skill 3. So that's why I personally always max out skill 3 before I max out skill 1. Because skill 1 is still good, even at level 1 or level 2. Personally, Gammas are ridiculous damage wise. Their survivability is even more ridiculous. So and their escape is insane. I have escaped many situations. I've 1v3, 1v4 and survived in those situations. It is insane. My only issue with them, like I said, if we are fighting a Caulifla, then I may or may not lane against them. That is like my only fear, bro. She's like the boogeyman to the Gammas, in my opinion. Topo. You see, Topo isn't bad. That bad. Topo's good. Playing off of his strengths is like, he's always been good at taking objectives. But like, I don't have really trouble with him at all with anybody. Like, his counter is predictable. You can also CC it if you have the CC. If not, just bait out the counter. You know he's gonna do it when he's get low. He's not hard to play around, to be honest. The biggest value you get from him is really just objectives. If I'm being honest. I want to put him in A, but I don't know. I honestly don't even know. I would, for now, I would probably put him in top of B. Because when I think about A, these characters they have value. They're good, right? But like, I don't know. Like, I don't see a reason to pick Topo over BROLY. I don't see a reason to pick Topo over anyone but one particular damage character. Like, he's good. Like, if I see him on the opposing team, it's like, okay, damn, they're gonna have like really good objective clear. So we gotta watch out for that, right? Other than that, there's nothing else for me to worry about when it comes to Topo, no matter who I'm using. It could be Bojack. I could be using Gammas. I could be using, if I use Tech, I'm gonna destroy Tobo, bro. That's where all my CC comes from. Like if I'm using Kale, like, I'm not gonna burst him down if I know when he's gonna do the counter, obviously, right? Like I get him to the range of HP. I know I can one-shot him, yeah. But even then, like, yes, value is just, I feel like it's just not enough, maybe. I don't know, I'm not sure. Right now, I'll keep him at top of B. Because I feel like I don't want to say he has a lot of flaws, but just other better damage characters. Just like with Cell. Like his major flaw is definitely early game, but he's real good mid to late game. Like he really is. Kale. This is quite hard. I hit her at the top of A last time for good reason, right? I hit her at the top of A. I'm putting Krillin back down there now that I think about it. Like, they're not bad. It's just better options, I guess. I'll put her at the top of A. I mean, nothing really has changed with Kale that's supposedly nerf that she received to get an extra cooldown doesn't really do anything at all. If anything, I can argue she needs a buff. I can argue her ult needs a buff, right? Because it is so easy to burst her down. It is so easy to predict. Early game is probably the hardest time to deal with her when you're in the range of getting 4 to 5, because if they farm you and they're taking more farm than you and they get to level 5 before you do, just know that they most likely will be aggressive, knowing that they have the advantage of using or having an ult, right? Like I don't ever really try to press an early game Kale if they get 5 before I do. Hell no, because they're gonna ult and you pin them in the corner. It's just how it is, especially if you don't have ult if you're at level 4. No, any other time, any other point in the match, no, I'm bursting down their goddamn bonus armor HP that they get and they can go back to small Kale. Like she's not hard to deal with at all, actually. It only becomes really, really difficult if you're in a lane where she's always keeping her distance. That is when it becomes troublesome. And I guess if they have a more damage oriented build with Snowball and just remain have the same amount of stacks throughout the entire game, like I said, just burst you from a distance, that's when it becomes annoying. 100%. That is when it becomes hard to deal with her, you know? But even then, even when I play Bojack, I don't mind going against Kale at all. I really don't. I no issue 1v1 her at all whatsoever. Because I have CC. The only way for her to get out is she just ults. I can at least slow her or whatnot, but I don't know. She's good. She's really good. She still has her damage potential. I'll keep her at the top of A for right now. But like I said, her ult isn't really hard to deal with if you know when it's coming. I know the same could be said about everybody, but not really, no. There's a lot of people you can't really stop once they get started and stuff like that. But her ult can easily be body blocked by minions and farm, right? Or like I said, just know when to press her and know when not to like engage in a fight with Kale, right? Like when I see her, and if like me or 2 other people are engaging Kale, I'm gonna keep my cooldowns to prepare for her to ult. By the time she ults, I'm gonna take all that damn bonus armor down and she's gonna go back to small form. It's just how it is. I got double vanish too, a Bojack too, to help me out and peeling, since I can't slow her in ult. But other than that, yeah, like I don't find it that difficult to deal with her. Only when she's always keeping her distance is when it becomes an issue, I feel. Same could be said about Bojack, but no, it's a little different. Bojack ult is a lot worse than hers. Yeah. Like you would really use Bojack ult, and we'll talk about that when we get to Bojack. Dabur, he needs a buff. The man got buffed. You get petrified in half the time, blah, 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 with his passive. But even then, bro, he's going to get bursted down by these menaces. Even a melee DPS in this game is stronger than Dabur. Like, I don't see any value in this character at all. Somebody needs a buff. I ain't got nothing nothing else to say about the man Dabur. He needs a buff. So, yeah, I'm keeping Dabur there. All right, next. Maybe we'll kill A. Yeah, I'm keeping Kale at A. I don't know. I don't find her hard to deal with, to be honest, dude. Like, if she's keeping her distance, 100% for sure. If she's playing passive, yeah, that's when it becomes a little annoying, a little difficult to deal with her. But yeah, she has damage and stuff. But the thing is, I mean, it also depends on the lane part. Broken in? No, she's not broken. No, I do not think she's broken at all. Nope, 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 nope. She is not broken. She's very strong. If I would argue she's not even top 5 DPS in the game. Probably 6. Most likely 6. I wouldn't put her in top 5 because another character got buffed. I don't know. I think she's really strong. I don't think she's broken whatsoever. Remember, how I explain all these characters? I'm judging it based off the character and not the player. Any one trick, any top 0 player in the world can make all these characters look like the best character in the game. Doesn't mean the character's that great. It means the player is a good player, right? The lowest I will put Kale is bottom of S. Like, I wouldn't mind putting her there, but for now, I'm keeping her at the top of A. She has the same damage, but so do other DPS, right? I mean, she has to have damage because she has nothing else. She has to have damage. For now, I could put her here. But for me, she's still not top 5 DPS. Not anymore. Not anymore. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Trust me, I'm a KO one trick. I would know. I would know. Trust. It's just, she's strong. I'm not saying she's not strong. She is, but I'm trying to value everything. I'm talking about not just damage. I'm talking about just pretty much any given situation. Disengaging, peeling, farming capabilities. Like, I try to factor in everything. Yeah, she is good at farming. She can be a bit predictable though, for sure. Especially with her ult and when she just does damage in general. Like, I don't know. I just know when to press kill. I don't have that much of an issue with kill as far as dealing with her. But yeah, she is obviously strong. I'm not denying that. Trust me, I'm a kill one trick for Christ's sake. She's still my favorite character in the game. I wish they buff her ult, because her ult could be a little better. It could have less time. Her ult could have less time, to be honest. Like I said, I don't have any issue with her. I don't have any issue dealing with her. Hell, even that Kale player I went against, he was like top 10 Kale in the game. I didn't have any problem going against him at all. No issue. I mean, I clearly wasn't the problem on the team, but that's besides the fact, right? I would put her there. I'm keeping Sail here. I could put Sail here. Right there. That's not bad. It's just his early game hinders him a lot. Bojack. Bojack has been my bread and butter this entire season, to be honest. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. So I will say this. I used Kale season 1. I used Bojack in season 2. I haven't played any character in this game nearly the same amount as I have with Kale, which is crazy. But Bojack is actually really fun. Bojack is really strong. It is ridiculous late game. Obviously not that great at like attacking a point. Bojack is not the greatest early game either, right? He's still manageable early game depending on who you're laning with, right? Overall, Bojack is very strong. His ult sucks still. Skill 1 is not that great, right? Probably that's my favorite skill 3 in the game. All of it. The radius, the CC, and his damage overall. I rarely ever get out damage when I use Bojack. Like, legit. I rarely ever get out damage when I'm using Bojack. Legit. Bojack is very, very strong. I'm glad they actually buffed him. Because I heard he was broken in the beta, but I didn't use him in the beta, which is unfortunate. I should have. The thing is, Bojack, only downside, skill 1, his ult. Like, he's really good at farming. Really good at dishing out damage. He has CC, at least, to help him get away in certain situations, right? And like I said, when it comes to end game, he's actually really freaking good at defending, which is good. We need a character like that, right? Defending the point while you have some others go attack. He's one of those characters that really should be defending as opposed to attacking, because his ult is so bad. It's stationary, but if you have to come to a certain point, then that's when his ult becomes good. Because if they have to touch a certain tower late game, then I mean, that's where all his ult gets his the most. That's where you can utilize his ult the most in those situations where they have to be at a certain point. You know, that's why it's like okay for objective, because kind of still need somebody else to help him burst it down too. But overall, Bojack has just been just a joy to play, to be honest. Kale's still my favorite character in the game. Bojack easily, I would not, I don't know if I want to put him in the top 5. He might be top 5. If I put Bojack in the top 5, he's number 5. If I put him in the top 5. Simple as that. Bojack is good. All of them. Thank God for that buff, man. Thank God for that buff. What are we talking about in chat? I mean, yeah, his Cell's biggest issue has always been early game, because the early game is bad. That is literally his only issue. I said this last time when I did the tier list. Like, I even admit that I downplayed his regeneration, because it is hella helpful in a lot of situations mid to late game. Like, his regen has saved that himself a lot, bro. Like, Cell mid to late game is actually ridiculous strong. It's just early game, unless it's superstar, you can kind of get the jump on him. I know I sure as hell do. But other than that, the nerf didn't really do anything with Gohan, in my personal opinion, because like I said, the issue with Gohan isn't really the damage. It's the CC that he has to enable everyone else to do damage. His CC is why I have him up here. Like, I don't care about the man's damage. Him pinballing you all over the place and stunning you against the wall just does not enable you to do anything, especially if he cancels out one of your goddamn skills. Like, hello, Gohan? How is that fun to go against? Like, my way, how I will nerf Ultimate Gohan, give him even lesser HP. He doesn't need damage at all. And that's hopefully, you know? Even if he does reach, he'd be too low level against everyone. I mean, Cell is good. Cell, I like Cell is good only mid late game. Early game, no, not really. But if you have a lane partner, if y'all have like max chemistry, then for sure, you know. But I still, I always try to have two characters I compare with one another as far as how good they are overall. Like, I always compare Zamasu and Cell. Always compare Bojack and Kale. Bars, by the way. I don't know why. Because they play a little similar. Except that Bojack's early game is obviously a little bit worse than Kale's. Her early game is fine. Honestly, it's really just fine. Bojack, not so much. So, unpopular opinion, I feel like Cell first one more Imperfect Cell. Like, I think his slot absorbment is fun. Oh, you talking about just overall? No, Imperfect Cell is a fire design for sure. You had the best Gekishin game of your life. I damn near 1v4'd and clutched up the Dragon Ball. I do that all the time, Clouds. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That makes me sound a little cunty, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, good job, Clouds. Good job. Yeah, they need to buff Deborah. I don't know. They already did, but it's not enough. It's still not enough. I would do this with Cell. Hold on. I would do this. Zamasu, bottom of A. If anything, I wouldn't mind putting him at the top of B. I don't want to separate him from Cell for two. Like, sorry to the 5 Deborah fans. That's wild. Like, baby's annoying. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Cell right there. Like, borderline B, bottom of A. Like, I wouldn't mind either one of those. 2% Vegeta better tank than Cooler, just asking? I think he is, yeah, this season. Cooler has more damage. I'll give him that. Cooler does have more damage for sure and better mobility. But Vegeta just has better survivability overall. I do think Vegeta's better than Cooler this season. Because they didn't nerf Cooler. That was a while ago. I don't remember. Like at the beginning of this season, I'm pretty sure. I had Ultimate Gohan on my team who was a level 5 while I was the tank Jita. Oh, you're the tank Jita? Yes, sir. That's my GOAT. Oh, wait, you talking about this guy? Oh, never mind. See, I wish I could use him, but it's like, it's weird when I use certain characters because certain characters I think I will like, I actually don't end up liking. But then other characters, it's like, damn, when I actually use them in game, I like how they feel. I like how the skills feel. I like how they feel in general, right? Movement and everything. So I love Vegeta. S might be a little too much. Maybe top of A, who knows? But I'm keeping him an S. Ooh. I'm not seeing much value from Oob, to be honest. More like Topo. Oob is also one of those characters, not crazy early game. Probably a little better than Cell early game. You get value from this guy. Poking objectives, having max stacks using your ult. He has Peel, right? They probably should buff his skill 3 more if I'm being completely honest. Late game Oob can be a damn menace. Talking max stacks, all 3 of your dashes, skill 2, I don't know, maybe give it a lower cooldown or something. Maybe that can be abusable if they lower the cooldown for that. For now, I'm gonna keep Oob in B. I think it's a little less than average as far as like just overall as a character because maybe he needs more HP. Probably. Maybe he needs to be a little more bulkier and don't even touch his damage. That bulk can give him the survivability to last a lot longer to enable him to do more damage. They could probably buff his bulk. I'll give him that. Other than that, you're going at the top of B. He has his niche uses, more like Topo, more like Cell. Cell, I mean, I could argue probably better than all of them because it's really just early game Cell. Every other stage of the game, Cell is really good. You can ult objective and protect it that way, right? You can single out someone who's obviously giving your entire team a problem, ult them that way, isolate them. You can ult whatever you need to ult to keep them away from the rest of your team, right? Like, it's just his early game my issue, and that's why I don't use him anymore. Because I suck with them. Even worse early game with them. PyCon Z tier. Crazy B-boopity. 18. I will use 18 in season 3. Mark my words. The main issue with 18 is probably the same issue with every other melee DPS, just getting bursted. She has Peel. She has the speed. She has the burst damage. I mean, you would use her a little differently, if anything, like flank and pick off people, right? More so than just trying to go for objective when you have not really the range to do so necessary. Yeah, I think she's just better at singling people out. Like, I feel like she's better in lane than she is in team fights, if that makes sense. Because when you get to a team fight, bro, there's gonna be a lot of AoE going on. I'm talking about BROLY spamming ult, 3 cool TP Kamehameha, Bojack using this Psycho Thread, Kale bursting, whatever. Not like, it's gonna be a little harder for her to get in those situations unless she just go around and flank or pick off people. I think that's the main and the best and probably the only way you can get value out of her. I'm not gonna put her in B because 18 is actually still good. She's just not as easy to use in a lot of those situations because she can get caught. So, but like I said, in lane, early game, she will murder the hell out of you. Put her in her lane with Gohan, you're cooked. Put her in the lane with other Gohan, you're cooked. Put her in a lane with 17, you're most likely cooked. Put her in a lane with Gotenks, I'm so sorry, bro, but you're cooked. Hit, I'm so sorry, bro, run. Like, she is a menace. Early game, mid game, mid to late game, be a little careful. Pick off the necessary evil. Pick off the people who take objective. Pick off people like Goku who can take objective. Good luck getting to kill. Good luck with that. Shit. Good luck with Bojack, to be honest, bro. He ain't the easiest to reach. That man is already going to be on the other side of America when you try to look for him. But, I'm comfortable with putting the 18 in A. A for Android 18. Sorry, she's not Android anymore. Number 18. It's that mini silence you Pete. That's also ridiculous with her skill too. Not the XL dance, the other dash. That part is crazy that she can actually silence you. What the hell? That's another thing too. Apparently, Gohan also silences you, but the skill 2 not charged up. For some reason, I didn't know that. Forgive me, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I can't read. What's another character that do? He's stunned. Skill 2 has to be empowered, though. Yeah. Piccolo! I personally think it's better than Bojack. Harder to use than Bojack. Harder to even utilize him than Bojack. Piccolo is a menace. One of the best objective takers in the game. early game, he's not actually all that bad. Just don't put any points into Hellzone Grenade and just give it all to Light Grenade and your little grab. His peel is ridiculously stupid, bro. I even said they should nerf Piccolo, which is wild, by the way, because I still think they should. Piccolo is very strong. One of the best objective takers. Damage overall is really good after the buff. His peeling potential is ridiculous, by the way. I mean, anything he grabs his hand on in whatever range, he can just Spider-Man away, you know? I will always put Piccolo over Bojack. Better objective. I can't actually say better damage. More range, because you're most likely going to be sniping with Light Grenade anyway. From further distance away, his skill 1 sucks, kind of. You don't need skill 3, skill 2. That's all you need. Yeah, I will always put him over Bojack. Piccolo. Piccolo's really freaking good and really strong overall. Holy crap. So, yeah, Piccolo's just really good. Gammas are not up here because of secure, by the way. They're up here because of literally everything else. Gammas are not up there because of secure. Remember, I'm not making a tier list based off just that one thing. I'm trying to envision every single scenario, every situation, and also usability. Because not all the characters is as easy to use as some other characters. People like Kid Gohan, bro. Yo, I don't know. Somebody brain dead can use this guy, right? Compare Gamma's not as easy to use. Frieza, not nearly as easy to use. Piccolo, ironically, not as easy to use. Like, there's a wrong way to use Piccolo, and I've seen it, trust. Many factors for sure. The thing is, when you see Piccolo on the opposing team, you already know you kind of have to prioritize and picking him off before he gets objective. You knew she had to interrupt? I actually had no idea, but to be fair, there's some like hidden abilities because I didn't even know she had to interrupt. It doesn't even say in the game that she has a silence, but she actually does have a silence. I didn't even know that. Somebody in chat did tell me that because I don't use her at all. You know, I don't lane against her at all either because I'm mostly in bot lane with the tank, and she's where she should be in top lane. So I don't usually fight her a lot or even give her a chance to even approach me, like the JoJo meme, right? So I would have had no idea because I haven't used her since beta 2. No, I lied, beta 1. I stopped using her because I knew they were gonna nerf her. She was way too broken in the first beta session. So somebody actually had to legit tell me that she had a silencer with her skill 2. That's insane. I had no idea. So, yeah, she's good. Yeah, Gamma's overall just strong. Their entire kit, like I said, probably the only downside, no consistent, secure, and skill 3. Everything else, I think they're perfect. Survivability, damage, peel, they are actually ridiculous. CC as well, bro. You see the radius they can stun with their ult? I have stopped so many people from securing objectives just by stunning them with Gammas. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like, overall, they are just so strong after the buff. Piccolo, obviously, top 5 DPS in the game, I feel. All right, you can order this however you want. I wonder who told you that. I don't remember, bro. A lot of people in chat tells me a lot of things. I don't remember. Trunks. Trunks just need more. Trunks just need more, if I'm being honest. He has burst damage. Early game is still kind of bad and fragile. I don't know what Trunks needs. Maybe more survivability? Like, why the hell would you pick Trunks over a lot of other these characters? Like, I don't know. I actually genuinely don't know what they could do with Trunks. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess same thing like, ooh, he needs more bulk. Less cooldowns? Yeah. I would give him more HP, but I would not touch his cooldowns at all. Because getting that cooldown reset on kill can be strong. But giving him HP long enough to even survive a fight to enable him to get a kill, to get the reset, yeah, that's nice. Like, I would give him HP, not the cooldown, not less cooldowns. Hell no. I would definitely give him more HP. Because if he can survive fights longer early game in a lane, and he can get that kill, he's going to get that reset. So, other than that, yeah. Same with like, ooh, maybe just more bulk. Yeah. Probably lessen the amount of HP he gets per level until late game, right? Give him more HP early game, but when it gets to late game, average it out to where he wouldn't get that much more HP late game compared to what he did before, you know? Yeah, he's squishy. Yeah. He's squishy. He's squishy as well. And probably the most confusing part about this is Trico. I never know where to place this man. They nerfed him, but he's still a problem. Now, this is a man who can really keep his distance, but like, they nerfed him, but he's somehow still a problem always. A lot of my lobbies, dude, like, when he starts to get into, when he gets his max stats, he just becomes annoying, because like, how do you catch this man? I'm keeping him an S. I don't know if I had him at top of 8 last time since the nerf, but like, I've been fighting 3Q more and more, and it's not fun. He's not as strong as he was when they nerfed him. Sure, I get it, fine, right? But even then, people are playing him more passive, and obviously only going in when they know they can get a kill, i.e. TP Kamehameha to a separate lane when someone is low, just having awareness over the map and just picking people off when necessary. Like, I'm keeping Goku an S. I don't know if I had him A last tier list, but I'm keeping him an S. I do think he might still be top 5 DPS in the game. There's a reason why I said Bojack might not be my top 5 anymore. Yeah, Goku is still very strong when used correctly, of course. Same with pretty much any other character in the game, but like, you still get more value out of some characters being used right versus others because of their limited kit. So, yeah, I'm keeping him there. Super Saiyan Goku, I'm not moving him from here. I have never moved this man from here since season 1, second tier list. Goku will always be ridiculous in my opinion. One of the best secures in the game. Every single one of his abilities is really strong. I still do not think this man should be as fast as he is. They nerfed his damage. They nerfed him a couple of patches ago to where I don't think he's as strong early game, but it doesn't really matter when it comes to mid to late game, bro. Like, it genuinely does not. Like, I still think the Goku is still one of the best characters in the game overall. Like, the guy is ridiculous. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is weird, but I fought against people who are like top 20 with them, top 100 with them. Like, I'm not in low rank lobbies, right? I ain't talking about no B and A rank people. I'm talking about genuinely people who use Goku in the highest of levels, man. He is very, very much of a problem because he will poke farm, take farm any way, shape, or form. He will keep his distance, well, until he knows he can get a kill. He will never over push, if that makes sense. Like the ones I play against, and I fight against some really, really strong Gokus. Yeah, I'll keep him there. But yes, Super Saiyan Goku, I think still broken, ridiculous in the game. He just does too much. I don't know a single bad thing about this Goku. Maybe early game damage, even in there. I don't know a single bad thing about this character at all. I really don't. I don't know if I'm gonna have them ordered in the tiers either, because it would just be something like that. I don't know. I can't think of a single bad thing about Goku. I legitimately can't. He just does it all. No, all early game is rough. I mean, it's fine without all this. The Dragon Fist not even the best part about his kit anyways. It's really not. Like, Dragon Fist is nice for sure. You can catch people off with that. The transmit, it's the IT into Dragon Fist. Yeah. But that is his only downside for Super Saiyan 3. Well, no, he has downsides, you know. No mobility. He can get caught while doing the Kamehameha. Ult at level 7. Sure, but his pros outweigh his cons, is what I'm getting at when it comes to Super Saiyan 3. This guy, I just cannot find any faults in this character whatsoever. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So he's never moving out, is he? This tier list take into account the difficulty of a character? Yes. I try to balance that out with just everything else I have mentioned about the character and whatnot, because the hardest characters in my opinion to use on this list Frieza. I don't think Piccolo's that easy to use. Gammas. Hit. Debatable, will go Tinks. Like how much value you get from them. Sell us whatever, because it's not easy using an early game sell. It's really not. Yeah, it's not easy using early game sell at all, dude. Like early game sell is rough. Like you'd be surprised you make it out with any damn team fight or even fight in the lanes alive. Kel is easy. Kel is actually really, really easy. She's not hard at all. If you're used to playing ranged characters, Kel will be one of the easier ones to use compared to like Piccolo. Bojack isn't really hard to use either. You really just spam skill 3 into skill 2. That's really it. So what kind of tier list is this one? I mean, this is just overall factoring in usability, how difficult, how easy it is to use a character, overall value as far as damage, taking objectives, taking farm, heal potential, as in able to get away, mobility, engage, disengage. That's literally the same thing as pilling. I just try to take into account everything. Like Deborah, I don't know how hard he is to use. You don't get much value out of him versus other DPS characters, right? And he is also a melee DPS, which he can get bursted down. Ooh, doesn't have really much survivability early game. You don't have that much damage early game. A little more harder to use as well, because you can only get X amount of stacks early game because your skill 1 is like trash. Trunks doesn't survive long enough to even utilize his reset on the cooldowns. Sail early game is bad. He doesn't survive a lot at all. Even with the early game regen, it's just bad. Regen at level 3, different story. Topo, predictable. You know when he's gonna counter. His ult is really good for taking objectives, but that's really the main value I see from him. Krillin, really good at being annoying, blinding you, CCing you. He's good at taking farm. He's really good at taking farm. Really, really good. I'm not going through every character. It's going to take all day. But I usually try to go to the characters and explain it before I put them in a tier. Wait, put them in C? Wait, who? Who? Ooh. You know, I can argue that. Fine. I can argue with Ooh being a C. I can see that. I have literally no issue with him. Because his ult is also not hard to dodge either, bro. You know what he's going to do. It's like a startup delay when he uses his ult. I can see that. I can see that. I think Trunks 17 and Vegeta are the hardest. Trunks 17 and Vegeta? Wait, which Vegeta? Trunks, I can see that. No one went to go in and no one went when not to go in. I can see that. This Vegeta, I find him a little difficult to use correctly. But this guy, you can easily miss his damn stun. It's a little annoying, to be honest. Because if it's a mirror match, getting your stuns off is pivotal. Your skill 2 off. Put Ooh back in low B? No. Honestly, after looking at the characters in B, they can be used to a certain extent. I'm keeping Oob in C. That man is the... Joe, he is. Not too far from Deborah, if I'm being completely... Okay, that's too harsh. He's staying at the bottom of B. He's not moving. All right, there you go. Not my boob. No, it's fine. You got the other one up here. Macho Buzane. No, they need to buff this man. They need to buff this man. They need to buff this guy. If they buff Trunks, only give him armor or HP. That's it. Sail, same thing. All 3 of these characters need armor. All 3 of these characters need some type of early game buff. That is the issue. Nah, he's staying in B. He's staying in B because you do get some value out of him. What the hell do you get out of Deborah? Unless you're just a really good player that can somehow utilize him. Diamond Goku. Ever since the nerf, he can still be used. I just don't know where the hell to put him. Diamond Goku is technically still strong though, right? Yes. Hold on here. Let me think. Top of 8 is what I'm thinking. I don't know, bro. If I had to take somebody out of S, it would be between... Oh, Diamond Goku's the other character I feel that is not easy to use at all whatsoever. Not easy to use. I think he's still good. Don't think he's top 5 though. Yeah, this is actually kind of hard. I could do this, yeah. I guess you're right. I can see that. I mean, we all know what Diamond Goku can do, right? Damage comes from skill 1. Obviously, just a farming monster. Early game, he's still really good. His auto attack range is ridiculous. It's like, you don't really have to fight really early game. He can just take farm whenever he damn well pleases. Like, he's really good at farming. His ult is still one of my favorite ults in the game. Overall, he can actually take up objective with that or just single somebody out immediately. Overall, Diamond Goku, I don't have much criticism with him versus the last tier list. I still hit him an S the last tier list. I'm still going to keep him an S in this one. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to situate everyone else. Yes. I think this looks fine for now. I think this looks fine for now. Because... BROLY. I think low A his damage isn't that great anymore and he's hard to use. True. That's what makes it hard. That's what makes it hard. I don't know about A. Because he's not easy to use at all. Just like Frieza. I cannot argue Gammas, but I feel like you get more value from Gammas than you do Diamond Goku. Now, after the buff and after the nerf. Gammas are ridiculous. Oh boy. BROLY. The reason this tier list exists. Last tier list of the season. Initially, when he came out, before I thought about making a tier list, I was like, I'm gonna put him in like A tier. But the more I fought against BROLY, he's not the most difficult to deal with, but he's also very strong in his own way, right? Like, he has a good ult. The skill 2 and 3 is really good. His skill 1 is actually really good too. Like, he's good at farming. Scary early game, depending on who you have. Hold on, let me think about that. He's fine early game, personally, like, using him. He's fine early game. I do play a little more passive because of him early game, depending on who I have. Now with the Gammas. I use ranged DPS, so I can't really say much about fighting him early game because I'm obviously going to try to poke him out. He's a good early game. I think he's probably like the more than solid. I feel like he's probably one of the most damaged the characters in the game, or like the least amount of faults. I don't know. I don't want to say he's like a perfect damage character. Like, he still can get bursted down like crazy, and thank God they didn't give him damage mitigation because I was barking that when he first came out. I was like, yo, he getting bursted way too easy. And now I'm playing him against him in high rank. It's like, Fuck, why is Broly taking all the farm? Like, you know what I mean? So he's obviously still as aggressive in certain lanes. I will tell you this right now. The scariest lane for me to go against is either a Broly and a Gohan, 18 and Gohan and 18, Broly and 17, Vegeta and Broly definitely get in there too. Like, top lane, I fear I fear this man. I don't know, bro. Like, in either lane, he's kind of annoying, to be honest. Whether you have a tank to CC or the shield or attack to CC or buff him, or I think Broly, I would put him smack dab of S. I would put him over Daima Goku. Would I? Probably yes. I don't know if I'll put him over Bojack. No, see, I don't know. I genuinely do not know, because I don't think he's top 5 DPS in the game, but I think he's like right outside of it. Really strong, but balanced. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he's like the most balanced damage character, but in a way, yes, because it seems like he has a lot of strengths, but don't forget, like, the man can't get bursted all to hell. So you really got to know what you're doing with him. Daima over Bojack? I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. Not this season. This is tough, chat. What do y'all think? I mean, yeah, but Bojack has faults though. His early game isn't the strongest, and the only way he can peel is if he has Psycho Threat. Like, Bojack definitely has his faults. Plus his ult kind of sucks, right? He's stationary for way too long. It's not the most reliable at getting objectives. You can never use his ult in team fights because you're going to be stationary and get picked off and die. Like, his ult really only used for objectives and for defending the point, pretty much like towers and stuff. That's really all it's used for. Free eats for both Broly and Daima. Yeah, Broly does have the advantage over Bojack in early game, but early game with Daima can still do some stuff. Like, he is not, like, at least with Daima, he has some defense. Daima's actually, yeah, Daima has some defense, and he's faster than Bojack. Yeah, like, you can just move in between Bojack's blast. Like, it doesn't really do real damage if you're not getting hit by all the beams, which takes a second for it to form together. But yeah, like, that's Bojack's fault. He's an ass because of his damage and sort of peel potential over Kale because of his skill 3, but his ult also can only be fully utilized in certain situations. That's really it. That's why we said Daima and Broly are better than him. No, overall, no, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I could do. I mean, I wouldn't say. I could make an argument for Broly being better than Bojack. Probably not Daima though. I could do something like. Maybe something like that. Oh wait, no. 17 is good. Khalifa as. Song is fire. doesn't look too bad. I think Broly's because early game, but not Daima. Oh yeah, for sure. Broly is better early game than Bojack. Danny Phantom would save this game? Bro, Danny Phantom into Gekishin is crazy. I say no, Daima's the bottom of those three. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But all these DPSs are crazy. But as far as top 5, for me, it's always been Goku. Gammas are still in top 5. Piccolo, I put him in top 5 since the last tier list. 3Ku, and I guess Broly. If not Broly, then Bojack. But I don't think Daima or Kale are in top 5 DPS in my opinion. Outside of it, for sure. Damn, I actually want to learn 18. One of these days, I'm going to learn 18. One of these days, I'm going to learn 18. Probably even today, to be honest. Have I fought against Charlie Mack before? All the time. Trust me, I have fought against everybody in this game more than once. Charlie Mack is actually one of the people I fought against the most, to be honest. That's high up on the ladder. I literally fight against everybody. The only person I haven't fought against is probably Abe, because he's on the EU servers most of the time. This is what I think overall, though. Is Daima scary? Well, yeah. So is Abe's. Abe probably has like the best Daima Goku in the game, in my opinion. But the thing is, I usually interject with, disregarding this tier list, any really good player can make any of these characters look like #1 in the game. Not because of the character itself, it's because they're a good player. I try to interject with that statement every now and then to just remind people. Regardless of where people are placed on this list, any good player, Abe can make any of these characters look like #1. Aizen can make any of these characters look like #1. You know what I mean? Except for Debor. yeah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. But that's new season start. This one ends in like 8 more days. So yeah. Debor is good early start. Well, I mean, sure. So it's like 70% of the other damage characters.
Should I take it from here?
Let's see. Honestly, hey, Shamas, thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate you. That's what I think. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. No problem. That's what I overall think. As far as how easy they are to use, how much value you get from them, as far as potential to get objective fast, burst it down, farming potential, survivability, disengaging. Lane partners are a factor as well. Who's in your lane, who are they using, how well that character matches up with them, right? Like, I don't like to run Bojack with Baby. I don't really like to run Kale with Baby. It's just not my cup of tea. I even argue Bojack and Zamasu aren't that great together. I try to make it work. Mainly not because of Zamasu, probably because of Bojack. Like, I'm a little more comfortable using Gammas with like a heavy aggressive tank and stuff like that, for example. Like, I don't really like to use Kale with Frieza whatsoever. Like, I just don't like that lane personally. I can manage with Bojack and Frieza because Bojack has some sort of CC to be able to peel away. Kale does not. Her ult is their only way to ignore CC and her only way to survive. Unless you just poke them out, but even then. They dive on you. I mean, you can obviously skill 3, skill 1 yourself, but if you miss, different story. Bojack can at least slow in that situation. But like I said, laning partners matter as well with positioning and placement of some of these characters. And also, I guess it depends more on your playstyle as well. Some people are very aggressive Kale players. I tend to be a little more passive, depending on the situation. If I know I can get the kill, I'll go for it, sure, right, whatever. But Also, I guess it depends on the player play style as well. So that's how I'm gonna end off this season 2 tier list, and this is the last tier list of season 2. That's why I have BROLY. He is strong, scary, and all that good stuff. So that's what I got for season 2. Season 3, I will await for your arrival. I can't wait to see what characters get released. I want it to be as random as season 2 with the movie, Boo Saga, and GT. I want it to be as random. Give me a Goku Black. Give me a Buhan. Give me a Tierlist. Boom. Right there. Yeah, I said it.